Hello, leaders, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Coach Dora. I'm a career coach, HR consultant, speaker, and the host of Building Leadership Community Podcast. On this channel, we talk about career clarity, leadership, resilience, and career pivots, especially for professionals who are navigating transitions, layoffs, reinvention, or simply are asking, is this still the career I want? If that sounds like you, you're in the right place. Every Monday, I share real stories from my coaching practice, from my consulting work, lessons from leadership work, and reflection tools to help you think about your career differently. So if you're watching for the first time, welcome. Take a moment to subscribe, like this video, and introduce yourself in the comments. I always love hearing from people who are watching. And yes, help me out with that algorithm. Go ahead, hit like, share, subscribe. So today's episode, I'm going to share 3 career clarity stories. I have a slide for you. Um, and on this first slide, which I'm going to bring up now, there's always technical difficulties on these live shows, right? Uh, Here we go. Bring it to the stage. So what we're going to share today are 3 career clarity stories. First is a job offer hesitation. The other is a soul for a soul moment. I can't wait to share with you. And the third story is about reinvention after retirement. And so, yeah. And so let me make sure I pull up the right. Oh, here we go. So these are moments from conversations I've recently had with colleagues, clients, and professionals navigating change. I can remove that slide, so I could trying to figure out how to remove this slide. There's always technical difficulties when you're doing a live show. We can remove that slide. Hey, hello, hi there. Thanks for watching. There we go. So let's start with the first story. Um, and some of you may be wondering if you recognize yourself in any of these experiences. Maybe they've been something you struggled in and you're facing with. So I want to share how to resolve them. So the first story asks the question, what decision am I hesitating to make right now? Before we go further, I want you to reflect on that. Ask yourself, what decision am I hesitating to make right now? Maybe it's a job offer. Maybe it's leaving a role that no longer fits you. Maybe it's stepping into something completely new. Keep that question in your mind as we go through today's stories. Because by the end of this conversation, you may see your situation differently. And I also want to share, I do have resources for you. I do have a AI bundle, which I often share. Before we get into the stories, I wanted you to know that I have resources for you on our website, CoachDoraMendez.com. On the resources page, we have all kinds of free stuff for you, including a bundle of AI prompts, because AI is changing the way we look for jobs, we design our careers, and AI upskilling is something I help a lot of people do. So this bundle is designed for professionals who want to use AI tools to improve their resumes, prepare for interviews, strengthen leadership communication, and navigate career transitions with more clarity. If you're curious about how AI can support your career growth, there's a link in this description, and I'll share more about it later. So let's get back to our stories. So, and that first reflection question, The job offer dilemma. So I had a client who was offered a job in the industry, but not quite the specific sector. So now that sounds like great news. Like I was like so happy. My client got a job. She got the job that she wanted. I worked with them and they got a job offer. And I was like so happy, congratulating, right? And the job was in the industry. But there was a little detail. There's some details that caused her to pause. It wasn't exactly the right sector that she originally planned for her career path. And because of that, she was questioning everything. Her concern was, what if this hurts my future opportunities? Uh, that was the concern. The concern is, what if this hurts my future opportunities? She told me she was worried about something many professionals worry about. She asked me, what if people in her field later looked at her experience and said no? What if they said, this doesn't count? What if they take me off the path that I really want to be on? And this was something I have seen often in career coaching. We become so focused on perfection, on the perfect path, on this ideal, that we forget that careers are rarely linear. So here's what I shared: your experience is valuable. Give yourself some time to learn. 1 year, 2 years can change everything. After we talk through it, this is what I told her: your experience is valuable. People in your field are not automatically going to say no to you later just because you explored a different path. Give yourself time to see what you learn. A year is plenty of time to gain new perspective and skills. You'll be okay. Sometimes that experience you're questioning today becomes the story that opens the door tomorrow. So, what might you be overthinking? Back to that original question. Later, she went on to message me after accepting the offer, quote, thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your wise words of wisdom. I appreciate it. Moments like that remind me why I do this work, because sometimes people don't need complicated strategies. They need reassurance, they need perspective, they need someone to say, you're allowed to explore. And so, yeah, that's the story. I'm so proud of my clients. I'm so proud when folks get that job offer. And so, the next story I want to share is when a soul knows a soul. Why that matters. Hey, Melanie, thanks for tuning in. Hello from Tennessee. I appreciate that. I love hearing from people, and especially family and friends. So here's the second story that just really warmed my heart, and why it matters and why I'm sharing this story with you. The second story came from a colleague, one who shared one of my Career Clarity live videos with her students. For those who follow me, I teach at a college here. I teach in in public management, and I have colleagues, other adjunct professors, other professors in the field, and one of them shared my videos with their students. And not long after, one of those students reached out to me and we scheduled a conversation. When we met, something they said just really stuck with me. And she told me that a soul knows a soul. So I asked her what prompted her to reach out and what did she feel about these videos. And that's what she said. It was just so lovely. And why that resonated with me. And really, what resonated is authenticity. I get out here live. I, I'm just sharing stuff what I know to help make a difference and what why it matters. Authenticity recognizes authenticity, and It really deeply moved me and resonated with me, and it's going to keep me going and telling these truths in these videos. So the goal of these videos aren't just to give advice, but really just to share these conversations. Hope they land. And for some of you hearing this, I hope this will connect with you, so that something shifts in the way you think about your career. So when you show up with honesty, the right people connect with the message. I started this video series because I had a setback. So I decided to lean in, the law of attraction. I don't just teach career clarity, I live it. My hope for you is you get that interview, you get that dream job, you find your purpose. My hope is that something from these videos help you walk into that interview with confidence. Recognize your value, step into the opportunity you're preparing for, or even discover a purpose you hadn't considered. Because sometimes the right message reaches the right person at the exact right time. And so let's move on to the next story. Something, and this all happened to me just like in the last week. This all happened last week. And so the next story is reinventing after retirement. So some folks hear the word retirement and they think that's it. And when I'm saying retirement, I mean uh, the end to your 9 to 5. Because retiring from your 9 to 5 does not mean you're retiring from life. So I had a client who's preparing to retire from their 9 to 5 career. And here's the interesting part: they don't want to retire from life, of course. They want to pivot, they want to do something different, they want to continue contributing, but they also need a way to figure out how to make money, how to generate income, because retirement often means living on a lower fixed income. But you still have more to give, have more to say, want to pivot. They connected with me because they really loved hearing my story. I left my career as a vice president of HR and chief DI officer to start my own business, so that I can do the things that I enjoy and work with people who value my expertise and my experience. So I did it. I made a mid career pivot, and they wanted to work with me because they wanted to make a mid career pivot. And so I'd love for you to ask yourselves, like, what does my next chapter look like? And here's some reflection questions I shared with this client who's thinking about retiring and starting their own business. What skills from my experience still have value? What work allows flexibility and impact? How can I begin sharing my knowledge today? These are all questions I ask myself. What am I really good at? What value will that add? How can I share my knowledge? What does that next chapter look like? So we started working together on something very important: clarity, career clarity. Because when people leave a long career, they often face a surprising question: who am I? What am I going to do now? And they still know they want to do something, but they're tired of that 9 to 5. Uh, and I help you get that clarity so you can take your next steps. So I'm going to share some questions. Oh, that's the AI bundle. I think I got the wrong. Oh, I'm going to remove that from the screen. Of course, going live. Oh, tech difficulties. So I'll just share the reflection questions with you verbally. So when you're thinking about pivoting, changing roles, whether it's retirement or just being happier, changing your career path because you're not where you want to be. Ask yourself, what skills do people value? What skills do I have that people value? What work would allow me flexibility? How can I start sharing my knowledge? Is it content creation like what I'm doing here? I gave them these three reflection questions and I want to share them with you. What skills or experiences do I have that people want today? What are people valuing? What kind of work would allow me to share my knowledge and maintain the flexibility? How could I begin to share that knowledge and make money because we have to make money? I love making these videos and I'm leaning into content creation really as a springboard of a way to attract opportunities to myself. Got a mortgage to pay, two kids that are going to be going to college soon. And so it's all well and good, but how can I really change? How can I really pivot? And you will be surprised at how much value you bring. Stop hesitating, start getting that clarity, and let's work together on a plan. Tune in Mondays. I hope to see you next week. I want to share a little bit about that AI bundle. It's something that I discovered when I pivoted my career. I didn't have an assistant anymore, didn't have a department, and AI helps that entrepreneur, helps me a lot. And it's not a trend, it's here to stay, despite all of the negatives, all of the cons. Um, there is some clarity in how to use AI responsibly and ethically to help you reduce your cognitive load and get the support you need to start something new. One of the good things about that retirement story that I like to say is that thinking about your next move really while you have a job is really smart. So while you have a job and thinking about next moves is just a good place to start, a place of safety. And so I'll talk. So if you're watching live, I put the QR code up. Let me put it up to our AI bundle, and that includes a custom GPT. These are free. These are free resources for you, and that includes a custom GPT, AI prompts for communication, messaging, and support for your career transition. Do you also have courses? Uh, Starting at $19, we have a career clarity roadmap. It's a checklist that has links to various resources as well. Just for $19, you can get started with $19. So uh, if you hire me to coach you, you get that $19 roadmap for free, and we work. We use that as a framework. And so, and I have other courses too online if one-on-one coaching isn't for you right now. And one of them is coaching. I teach people how to coach, how to go through the process so they can help solve problems for themselves and help make decisions for themselves. It's the leadership transformation course, and that one's $97, which is pretty affordable considering how much um, leadership and coaching courses cost. They can start anywhere from like $970 per credit and take weeks. So I have a self uh, paced course that is 10% of the cost of what it would be to get a certificate program and like a 12 week, 16-week course. You do get a certificate at the end. I do give you a certificate so you can show off what you've learned. Also, for your professional development, you have that you get a workbook, you get an AI prompt sheet, you get a bunch of tools that you can really take with you. And I love the workbook. The workbook is really, uh, and the worksheet. So we've got really good feedback on that. So yeah, so I'm here live sharing these stories with you, and have a few more closing reflections for this career clarity video. Um, don't forget to use AI to support your career growth. AI is not there to replace your voice, it's there to enhance it. And yes, it is scary because there is job displacement, there have been a lot of losses, but the person who knows how to use AI is at an advantage. You won't get replaced by AI, you'll get replaced by the person who knows how to use it. So get clarity on your journey. Let me know what story resonated with you the most. Is it the job hesitation story? I got the job offer, but it wasn't exactly in the right field or sector, and I'm nervous about what that means for my long term future. Is it the soul recognizing a soul, authenticity? Why reaching out? Like, who do you choose to help guide you and support you? And pivoting in your career, whether it's because you're retiring or you want to start something new or you're just unhappy with where you are. Which story resonated with you? I see in the comments, AI is my BFF. That's a good one. I'm gonna, one of these career clarity Monday videos, I'm gonna do one specifically on the tools that I like to use because I have tried all of them. And I'm not paid to advertise anyone, whether it's ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Perplexity, which is one that I'm really loving for market research. Whichever ones you like to use, they all have a different um, approaches, and they all have different strengths. So maybe I'll do a video that gives me a great idea on doing a video specifically on the different open AI, the generative AI models, not the ones that are built into systems that we use, but generative AI. That's actually, thank you for sharing that. Uh, Thank you. So I love to hear from the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I always love to hear what you guys want to learn about, want to learn more about. And I'll be back shortly with more stories, hopefully success stories. I just put out a job offer, so I can't wait to share with you guys all about how this person stood out. That's the idea for my next video, which is how to stand out in a crowded field. Um, it is really tough out there. How to stand out when everyone's using AI to like write cover letters. So I'm going to share how our top candidates stood out, and hopefully they'll accept our offer. And then I'll be telling you all kinds of good stuff, and I'll give you insider feedback from a hiring manager perspective. So you'll learn sort of how we evaluate candidates and how those candidates stood out amongst the pack. So that's the next video. So I will see you all next Monday. And I want to thank you for joining us live. Yeah, thank you, Melanie. Thanks, Dylan, and thanks everybody else out there. These videos will be up on YouTube and on LinkedIn, and we'll have resources in the description. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a lovely, lovely rest of your week. Till next time.